Over the last 10 years of being a full-time professional realtor here in Arizona, I have learned that the number one way to find out about a community is to speak to the residents. So I thought, why don't we do just that today? So here I am at Optima Camelview with Shag, a resident here, and I just thought I'd find out a little bit more about what made you choose the Optima Camelview.
I guess you have to start with location first. A lot has happened in the 10 years since I've been here, but Scottsdale has improved dramatically. And a lot of it is centered right around this neighborhood. There's so many new hotels and five-star hotels, new restaurants, things that we really didn't even have, all within walking distance now in the change that's taking place. So that, along with the access and being able to take part in so much of what Scottsdale has to offer, I think it's a fabulous location.
So you said you've been here now for 10 years. Did you live in Arizona to begin with and you already knew of Optima, or did you find out about Optima online, or how'd you learn about it?
Back at that time, we went around and looked for some of the more upscale condominiums in this area. I wanted something that was kind of lock and leave ready, but also at the same time offered you some amenities that maybe you couldn't get in a normal condo. So at the time, there were probably about 10 choices, and Optima stood out among those. And it stood out for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is, you look at it and you see the green and the amazing kind of environment that you're able to live in.
It's definitely a feel you don't expect in Arizona. People think Arizona, they think desert, and they think cactuses. And you look around here and it has all the different greenery we can see on every single patio.
It's stunning.
It has something.
And everybody knows it. You walk, Anybody that's actually been just traveled here remembers this condo and the amazing greenery that you see hanging all over people's terraces and throughout the entire complex. And it's striking. But it also has some benefits just living here outside of the mental benefits of having green. It just seems to drop the temperature pretty dramatically. I would say it's probably 10 degrees cooler than whatever the weather is ongoing. Living in the desert, that helps.
And that can make a huge difference.
Huge.
And I know one of the things you mentioned was the amenities. What amenities does the Optima have that you thought kind of set it apart from the other luxury condos you looked at?
So for us, we travel a lot. We're out of the country or out of our home probably half a year. So it makes a big difference if you have people and then also amenities that can service our apartment while we're not there. So for us, the concierge is number one priority. Having someone to accept packages, take care of invariable maintenance issues, whether it be water or whatever you might have, or electricity or something you need to let in to do the landscaping. Those are all things that you wouldn't necessarily have at most places. And then you overlay that with additional amenities that we really appreciate, which are multiple pools, a gym to play basketball, a recently updated gym to work out in. So for us anyway, there's a tremendous number of things that we really appreciate.
So with traveling, it sounds like about half the year. Do you ever have any sort of security concerns or thoughts, or is it true, lock it, leave it, the concierge has it and you don't have to think about it again until you're getting ready to come back?
I really have never had any issues with our home here. We lock, leave, you don't even have to tell anybody. There's a key at the concierge should they need to get in. And in fact, we haven't really asked anybody really to check in on our home either. I would probably want to announce that, but anyway. So yeah, it really is a lock and leave place that we feel very secure with.
I'd say that's a good sign that you're not constantly like, you need to come look at it. You just feel comfortable that it's taken care of here.
Totally.
So let me ask you, for people who are considering purchasing here in the Optima Camelview, what are a couple things you would recommend they consider when trying to select the unit, since they're all so different? Like, where do they begin looking at 700 different units and what layout would work for them?
It is amazing. I mean, it is 11 buildings and whatever, like you say, 700 doors, and they're all very, very different. People look at ours and they just said they didn't know that unit like that existed, and each one being different. And I would say, look at what you have in terms of views, look in terms of what you have in terms of terrace space, look in terms of obviously the size and number of rooms that you actually need as well. But there's so many different iterations or different variations of what might be attractive to a potential buyer, I think.
Okay, so if I heard you right, the main things you'd recommend they look at is views. You can't change that. You can't remodel what your views are.
Yes.
The size of your patio or terrace, because those are all very different. And then just overall size of the unit itself for you.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, if you're thinking about moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, we would love to help you. My name is Andrea Lilienfeld, and I'm with the K Grant Group, powered by My Home Group out of Scottsdale, Arizona.